We've just finished our Shabbat Emor barbecue, and getting in the mood for outdoor dining once again. Very exciting that now we're able to have a family in the garden, and I hope everybody's enjoying the weather and enjoying the opportunity to hopefully get together in a safe way and in the great outdoors. But eating this meal got me thinking that actually this week's parasha talks about meals, and of course talks about the sacrifices and what the Kohanim, specifically the priests, used to eat in the temple. And obviously, as with Judaism, many of our laws center around food, and many of the parts of the temple service and of the service in the tabernacle and the Mishkan centered around food. One of them particularly was called the Lechem Hapanim, which we loosely translate in English as showbread, and it sat on the shulchan, 12 pieces of bread, 12 loaves of bread, sat there for a full week, and only at that point were they eaten. So they were actually baked. They were put onto the shulchan in a way that actually the shulchan was always permanently with bread on it. So they would very carefully sort of slide one loaf off and put the other loaf on at the same time, the new loaf on. And then the old loaf, the one that had been sitting there for a week, was able to be eaten. Now, doesn't sound so good, right? Week-old bread. But actually the Talmud says that this is one of the miracles of the temple. One of the miracles of the temple was that the bread stayed fresh for a full week, and it showed the Almighty's love for us. That this bread stayed with its freshness, that it was beautifully fresh when it was eaten, even after it had been sitting in the tabernacle for a full week. And actually we could sort of perhaps turn that round and say that we also show our love for the Almighty when we keep things fresh, when we keep that enthusiasm and excitement, and when we keep things new, when it feels like it's new to us. Sometimes when we get into habits, when we get used to sort of doing the same thing, we go through the motions, we're showing up the same place, saying the same words, doing the same things, and it gets a little bit stale. But it's up to us to be able to innovate a little bit, to be able to find that newness, to be able to look for that enthusiasm, and to think of ways to bring that enthusiasm to life once again, to find the excitement in all of the wonderful opportunities that we're able to do within our religion. And in that way to keep things fresh, just like the Lechem Hapanim, to show our great love for the Almighty as He shows His great love for us. Shabbat Shalom.